We only got married because Gammy was crying.
Well, Gammy, this is what happened. It was almost as if Gammy was like, you have to get married. So let's talk about the wedding. It was almost like that. And
she completely just was like, that's not a reality where you're not married.
I was under so much pressure, you know, being a young actress, being young. And I was just like, pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
I don't remember that. I remember feeling very strongly and wanting you guys to be married. I do remember that. Yes. But I don't remember your rejection of the idea of marriage.
Say I'm a mean girl, I'm gonna tell you what I am, and that's a petty okay? I'm a petty because here's the thing. Now, I might not say some mean things, and I might not do some mean things, but if you do something to me, baby, let me tell you, I'm gonna hold on to it until the moment comes.
Where you...
And they'll be like, oh, what did you... What you need? You need me? Oh, no. What?
A few years later.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper, but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now, y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we have to talk about Hollyweird, okay? And the reason why we got to talk about Hollyweird is because we have to follow up on a story that, as a man, in my opinion, I just failed to understand the situation. And this situation involves Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, okay? Now, you guys are all familiar with the slap, the Oscar slap that was heard around the world, in which Will Smith went on stage and slapped Chris Rock for disrespecting his wife. You guys all remember that, right?
Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Ow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Now, again, this situation was one of the most talked about stories in the media, in the news, for probably at least a couple weeks, right? Because people were going back and forth, taking sides in the situation. Some people understood why Will Smith did it. He was defending his wife. And some people didn't, right? Some people had questions as to why would Will Smith do this, because Jada Pinkett Smith doesn't necessarily seem like a good wife. She seems like a very emotionally manipulative person. And there were all types of videos that leaked on the internet and speculation regarding their relationship, because it was well known that Jada Pinkett Smith was in an entanglement with R&B singer August Alsina, okay? She was getting her cheeks clapped by another man. And apparently, I don't know, Will Smith was okay with it, okay? And there's also been other humiliating videos that have come out on the internet regarding Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's relationship that makes Will Smith really seem like a lost man. Take a look.
You know Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Don't. No, she, because she don't just
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that, okay? Now, this is just, again, one of the few videos that is floating around on the internet of Jada Pinkett Smith embarrassing Will Smith and leaving people scratching their heads wondering, why in the world is this very powerful man, why is he still with this woman who he ruined his career over? He went on stage at the Oscars and slapped a man on stage, Chris Rock, okay, something that he still has not recovered from. Why is he still married to this woman? Okay, well, now we're going to have even more questions because Jada Pinkett Smith is doing what Jada Pinkett Smith does, which is being an agent of chaos and trying to draw attention for herself at the expense of her husband. She's going to humiliate him even more in this new book that she's releasing called Worthy, in which you can see her face on the cover of this book, which, by the way, I mean, guys, is it just me or does Jada Pinkett Smith head look like an 05 PT Cruiser, right? Like, the comparison, the similarities are uncanny here, right? Her head looks like an 05 PT Cruiser, bro. But anyways, so in this new bombshell interview in which she's promoting her book, again, at the expense of her husband, okay? She's humiliating her husband for clout, okay? This seems to be her MO, right? She goes on to admit that her and her husband, Will Smith, have actually been separated. They've been separated for a long time now. Take a look.
TV quite a bit. We have an image, a series of images. And when we first saw these images, we didn't really understand them. And now, nearly 2 years later, we still don't really understand them. What prompted Will Smith to get up from his seat at the Oscars, walk onto the stage, and slap Chris Rock? And for those who were the very closest to the actual incident, as we're now learning, they didn't quite get it either. Jada Pinkett Smith has a brand new book out and a deeply coordinated PR blitz this morning with excerpts from the book and a new exclusive TV interview. And she shares her side of the slap story. And her side? She thought it was a skit too. I thought, this is a skit. I was like, there's no way that Will hit him. It wasn't until Will started to walk back to his chair that I even realized it wasn't a skit. In her book, Jada writes, I'm unclear on the reason Will is so upset. Well, maybe the reason is the new revelation in the book. The couple, Will and Jada, in effect, have been separated. They've been separated for years.
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes.
Okay, of course she had this entanglement, and that made global headlines because, as she details in this new book, the book is called Worthy. Will and Jada have been separated, have not been a romantic couple since 2016. Jada with Hoda Kotb on the Today Show earlier today.
There are so many surprising things in the book, but the thing that surprised me the most, that I actually had to reread it because I said, is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
yes,
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
All right. Hoda then asked the question that anybody'd ask, why not just divorce and call it quits?
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
All right. Is it a health insurance thing? Of course, all of it's coming out because guess what? Who's on the cover of People magazine?
Yeah.
It's Jada Pinkett Smith, ready to tell my side of the story. The book itself will come out next Tuesday, October 17th.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? What you have there is something that, again, as a man, is very shocking, okay? Because it's one thing if this is a woman that you're married to, you're living with, like she's actually your wife, okay? And even though, she's getting her cheeks clapped by other men, functionally, you're trying to make the relationship work. However, apparently, according to Jada Pinkett Smith, that's not the case. They've been separated, living two completely different lives. But I guess in the public's eyes, they've been pretending that they're married, that they have a real relationship. So if that is the case, why in the world would Will Smith ruin his career going on stage at the Oscars in front of the world and assaulting Chris Rock for making a joke about a woman that he don't even sleep with every night? He's not even living with her. They're not together. But he threw away his career and his livelihood for her, a woman that is still in love with Tupac, right? That's in love with another man. The only reason she's with Will Smith is because Tupac died. And they're not even living together. They're not even in a relationship. She's getting her cheeks clapped by other men. But then again, Will Smith may have slapped Chris Rock because allegedly Chris Rock had asked out Jada Pinkett Smith amid rumors that she and Will were divorcing, right? Apparently Chris Rock asked to take her out, okay? Asked to take her out. Now, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, that's why Will Smith got so upset, right? Maybe that's why he got so upset. Regardless, he ruined his career over this woman. And she continues to humiliate him at the expense of his career. I mean, the whole Red Table Talk is basically a humiliation ritual of Will Smith. And she continues to humiliate him. She humiliated him after the slap because she basically came out and blamed him for it. So I don't know why he did it. I don't know why he thought he should defend me. Right? And then she further humiliates the guy by revealing that, we haven't been together since 2016, 2017. We haven't been together for years. Wow. It blows my mind. And I guess this kind of, confirms some of the red pill talking points when it comes to the statistics about divorce, right? Where, what we know of in regards to divorce statistics, that's just what we have on paper, right? That's just what goes through the legal system. But effectively, there are probably a lot more couples in this country that are still legally married, but yet they don't really live together, okay? Which, again, is kind of a sad state of affairs, okay? That's what you kind of have going on here, and is playing out in the public's eye. All I know is this. Will Smith, at this point, he's become the definition of a simp, right? Because this, by definition, is the overvaluing of a mediocre woman. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the box is fire, right? But I don't care how fire the box is, okay? This ain't worth it, right? This ain't worth it, especially if you sharing the box with other men, right? If you got to share the box, it doesn't matter how fire it is. That and, again, your career being destroyed, but yet you're going out of your way to defend this woman and to put yourself through all types of conflict and humiliation over this woman. Again, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe it's for the children. I'm not sure. But again, with all this information now, it's no surprise that his kids have turned out so weird, right? His kids are weird. The whole family's weird. Okay. Is this what happens when you get involved with Hollyweird? You just become a weirdo? Because that's what this is. This to me seems to be just weirdness, right? I mean, I don't really know how else to describe it. But so it seems, Will Smith is a broken man. He really is. I don't understand why he's still legally married to the woman, allowing her to traffic off of his last name, traffic off of the fact that, hey, they're still legally married. I just think he should cut the whole thing off and go his own way. But who knows? Maybe effectively that's the way that he's living. I mean, I can't tell because, again, he ruined his whole career, going on stage and smacking Chris Rock in defense of his wife, right? Which, again, is just, it blows my mind. Again, maybe he's clapping cheeks on the side. I'm pretty sure he is. I mean, he's worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. He's a world famous celebrity, so I'm sure he's clapping some cheeks. But still, even then, why continue to allow this woman to traffic and humiliate you in public like this? I don't get it. Maybe he's afraid to lose money by divorcing her. Okay, maybe that could be the case. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. All I know is that this man is the definition of a simp. He's the definition of a lost man. And again, this is a warning, right? This really is a warning not to deal with these types of women, okay? Especially women who settle, right? When they settle for you, okay? If you weren't her first pick, okay? If she was obviously in love with somebody else, or she obviously still has some connection to some other man, and you're not her main priority, and again, she clearly is showing that she doesn't appreciate you and what you do because she didn't appreciate what this man was doing for her, whether it came to her birthday, whether it came to, wanting to have the best wedding for her, or all the things he's done for her, like slapping Chris Rock in the face, right? She don't appreciate any of it. She don't give a damn about any of it. You have to walk away, right? And I'm not a fan of divorce, but again, at some point, right? At some point, you gotta walk away, okay? You gotta stop the humiliation. Save some of the dignity, okay? If Will Smith even has any left. I'm not sure if he does, but damn, just a drop, right? A drop of just self-worth and dignity is worth preserving, right? I'm just saying, if I'm Will Smith, okay? You're still worth millions. You still can probably get any woman or have any woman in the world that you want. Divorce the woman, leave the woman, live your life happily as a single man, maybe find another relationship. I'm just saying, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.